Hello and welcome. This is Eric Hanselman. I'm the Principal Research Analyst for the 451 Research arm of Standard & Poor's Global Market Intelligence, and thanks for joining us today. Today I've got with me Michael Dickman, the Chief Product Officer for Gigamon, and Scott Ward, the Global Technical Lead for the Security Partners segment at Amazon Web Services. Welcome to you both.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me today.
When you think about what most organizations have gone through, this really is something where those individual steps were well thought out, but as they've migrated, as they've started to actually in many cases bring some of these operations into production, those needs have changed. What should organizations be considering to maintain that operational visibility as they're moving into these environments and as they continue to make these migrations?
Going fast and getting this agility and empowering teams is a good thing. And so we just have to deal with then the outcome of that, which is some of the complexity and diversity in the environments that come out of it, which is a great challenge to have to keep IT as a business enabler. And so once you have that instrumentation, the question is, okay, so now what is the intentionality around which tools you want to use and which processes to solve which problems? And I think there can be opportunities to reduce and consolidate, but there's also a lot of cases where you want to bring something forward. And so no matter where that visibility data may be coming from, it might be your on-premises hybrid, your on-premises private cloud, an infrastructure as a service deployment in AWS, maybe even another cloud, and then actually bring those to a central place, which may be in the cloud or on-prem, it doesn't matter. But that way to have all of the data from all of the workloads being assessed in the same way in the same process. And obviously that needs to have the right context and enrichment and sometimes filtering and processing so it's efficient and effective. But that way you can really carry forward some consistency, both in the way you adopt new tools and the way you carry forward existing processes as well.
You start thinking about what that integration needs, and to be able to get real operational visibility or situational awareness, you've got to have as much context as possible and be able to correlate across that, particularly for security concerns.
Building on what Michael was talking about there, of being able to go fast, we often look at AWS, you have the ability to actually be able to go fast and stay secure. There's a lot of customers who are moving to AWS because they're looking to take advantage of the self-service and the elasticity and the global aspects that AWS offers. It allows them to do a lot of things to differentiate their business. But at the same time, that means that there's a lot of change and a lot of different resources coming and going, new resources that nobody ever knew about before being launched. And so it's really, really important that the teams that are responsible for that visibility are putting in place the right things that allow them to be aware when these new changes happen. For example, somebody in an organization with a few lines of code and in just a couple minutes could create a brand new virtual private cloud running multiple resources and they're online and doing something, and you need to ensure you have that visibility right away. So it's really important for those teams to be implementing tools that are cloud aware and also implementing the right processes that help to detect when these new resources come or go in the environment, and also be able to ensure that they're enforcing the right configuration of those resources, either through bootstrapping or through validating the infrastructure as code definitions, so that they are naturally plugged in to these observability tools that are going to help them align to the additional resources coming in and still make sure they have the right control at all times.
Really making sure that there are operational guardrails in place, so that you've got not only visibility, but also something that's going to help teams to further their utilization of those environments in ways that are operationally secure and compliant for those that have got regulatory concerns. Well, these are great topics, and we could go on for an hour or more on this, but we're at time now. So thank you both very much. This has been a great session with a whole set of important topics to cover. Thank you to you both, Scott and Michael. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, it was a real pleasure. I enjoyed speaking with both of you, Eric and Scott. And for any of you out there watching and listening, if you want to learn more, please go to gigamon.com to find out more about how a visibility and analytics fabric can work across this hybrid cloud end to end. Thanks a lot.